automatically do something. So, man, this is not bad.
Similar to DJI's return to home, FPV drones have available GPS rescue, and this is used primarily to recover your drone in case you lose your signal or video feed, and can be also useful if you are a beginner and you panic or something doesn't go as planned. You can just hit GPS rescue and your drone will come home automatically. In this video I will show you how I configure GPS rescue in Betaflight, and this should also work for you. And I don't say that there are not cases when this is not gonna work, but this is why testing is very important, and I recommend you to test GPS rescue every time before actually you get to need it. To be clear, in this video I'm gonna use Betaflight 4.5, and this is the first version of Betaflight which really makes GPS rescue reliable. We will not go now through each feature in detail, but Betaflight provides us a wiki page, and there is a specific section with GPS rescue 4.5 where you have every detail of GPS rescue, how to set up, how to debug, everything. I will put a link in the description if you want to take a look over it. I really recommend it. It's a really nice lecture. My recommendation is to use an M10 GPS or M8 because these are known to be more reliable with the Betaflight 4.5. And this is also specified in the wiki page. This is why I will use for this video an M10 GPS from iFlight. And this is already installed in this drone, and this process is not very complicated. You have to check the flight controller's wiring diagram and also the GPS wiring diagram and connect each wire to its correct place. But this is not the topic of today's video. Also, Betaflight 4.5 comes with some sanity checks regarding the GPS rescue, which checks for different variables during a GPS rescue procedure. This helps to avoid activating GPS rescue when something doesn't work well. Betaflight 4.5 also provides us a way to debug the GPS rescue through some debug variables. These are all detailed in the Betaflight wiki page, and if you have issues with the GPS rescue or the GPS itself, you can go through that wiki page and track down your problem. Also, if you have any question, you can ask me down in the comments and I will try to answer them all. Most of the GPS today comes with a magnetometer as well. And the magnetometer and the GPS are two separate parts. They are communicating independently with the flight controller, but in today's video I'm not gonna use the magnetometer because I don't know exactly how it really works with Betaflight 4.5 and I'm still learning to use it. But let me know if you want to make a video about how to connect and configure a magnetometer to the Betaflight. Okay, now that we are configured with the setup, let's open the configurator and connect the drone. And the first thing is to correctly configure the ports. So here you have to configure the GPS port, which in my case is UART4, and mostly UART4 is used for GPS. So this might be as well valid for you. After setting the port, you also have now the separate GPS section is not anymore available in the configuration tab. And here you have to select the correct protocol on which your GPS works. This should be provided by the GPS manufacturer. The auto config should be let to on, but if you have an older GPS that doesn't want to work with this Betaflight, then turn this off, and that might resolve your issue. I will use Galileo because this GPS supports. Set home point once, it's very important. If you enable it, it will only fix location when you first arm your drone. Otherwise, if it's disabled, it will fix the location, the home point after each arm. So if you are arming the drone far away from where you are, in case you disarm it somewhere, then you might have an issue. So I recommend you to set home point only once. And the ground assistance type, I just select auto detect here. I don't want to bother with this. The GPS is now not working because I don't have a battery connected to the drone, but let's connect the battery very fast and check if it pops up here. Obviously I will not get a GPS fix, but what I want to see is only that GPS is on, and as you see, GPS is on. It's with red because it doesn't have a fix, but now it started to find satellites, so I assume it works. To be more sure about this, go outside with it and you should find it. Looks like it found a satellite. What the hell? I'm inside, so I don't know how that happened. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, so next is the OSD setup, and I want to have here the distances from the home point, the speed, the altitude, and the number of satellites, everything that I need to know about where my drone is and how it goes. So let's set this up very quickly. I need altitude. I want this right here. GPS latitude and longitude, which I have there on the top, on the left, on the right side of the screen, and also the home direction and home distance, which I placed top here in the middle. So above is the distance from home, and this arrow points towards the home. Now I also want the throttle position. It would be better to have the throttle input value, not the throttle position, because this is not that accurate, and you will see later why you need this. And I think that's it. Okay, so now we will switch to the failsafe tab right here, and to see the failsafe tab available you have to enable the expert mode. And GPS rescue is part of the failsafe. Failsafe itself is the thing that triggers when you lose RX signal. GPS rescue can be configured here to be used as failsafe, and you can see that here you have GPS rescue, land and drop. It is by default set on drop, so be careful, don't leave it like that. First set it on GPS rescue, and to be honest, this setup should work for most of the cases, but we should configure some things first to make sure it will work at least almost 100%. Let's talk about the failsafe switch first. The failsafe switch is a mode that can be configured on the left side in Modes tab. So here you have failsafe, and in my case I configure it on the auxiliary channel number 4 on the transmitter. This failsafe switch is used to simulate the failsafe scenario, so you don't have to lose the signal actually to test the GPS rescue. You can just trigger the failsafe switch and it will simulate the failsafe. It can be configured to start with stage 1, stage 2 and kill. I don't know what kill does, to be honest. Let's see. Kill disarms instantly. Your craft will crash. So don't set it to kill. Set it to stage 1. Stage 1 is the failsafe itself, meaning that if you select here stage 1, it will simulate the failsafe behavior from the beginning, because failsafe has two stages. The first one is to validate that the failsafe is really needed, so that it will not trigger whenever you lose the signal, just for a very short period of time, and that's configurable right here. Okay, so here we have these two settings for activating the stage 2. First is the guard time that protects you to activate the stage 2 if there is a short failsafe, so it doesn't get to return to home or whatever you choose here. And the second one is to allow you to disable the procedure entirely if you still have RX connection during the failsafe procedure. I think, I don't know exactly, it doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. So it says here that just disarms the craft instead of executing the selected failsafe procedure when the throttle was low for this amount of time. But this is not very clear to me, but I will leave it as it is. And here comes the important part. Is set to default as drop. I will set GPS rescue because this is what we want to set. Altitude mode, maximum altitude, and here in the GPS rescue section I will not change all these parameters. Each of them is important, but it will not affect that much if the GPS rescue works or not. And you can see that there are two parameters that are marked with red that are important, and actually this is the most important parameter that you have to set, the throttle hover value. And this is the parameter that lets GPS rescue know how to handle your drone when it ascends and descends, and this way it will know how to regulate the procedure. And I will set it to this value here, but this will be measured in the test flight. So after we test the GPS rescue, I will test also the hover value and try to adjust it a little bit. And here important as well is to make sure that you test the drone with the final configuration that you will usually use. If you will have a camera or a big battery on it, do the tests with that, so you can adjust this value accordingly. Yeah, so as you see, it doesn't allow me to save the GPS rescue setting. I don't know why is that, but I think that it's because I don't have the GPS configured here. Yes, I messed up the configuration a little bit earlier, so I'll just set it back. And now it should allow me to set the GPS rescue. Let's see. Yes, so it all works now. There is one more thing that I suggest you to take a look over it, and this is the throttle here. Throttle, this is the stage 1 fallback setting. So immediately after failsafe gets in stage 1, these settings will be applied over your controls. So the drone, actually the firmware, will take over the control, and you see that for the roll, pitch and yaw you have them set on auto, and also the throttle is by default set on auto. But I suggest you to set it on hold, because this auto value will drop the throttle to 0. So between stage 1 and stage 2 your drone will drop, actually for, I don't know, 3 seconds it will drop, and this will destabilize your drone, and you really don't want that, because I don't know how then GPS rescue will behave. So I want this to be on hold, so it will hold the attitude that it has whenever this happens. Whether it ascends or descends, I don't know. I want to hold for 3 seconds. Maybe 3 seconds it's too much, so let's put it here 2 seconds. Okay, so I forgot about something, and this is the allow arming without fix. This is something that you want to enable only if you know that you will get in the scenario you need to take off very quick to shut something, an event, and you can't wait for the GPS. But be aware that if you somehow get into the failsafe, the GPS rescue is performing those sanity checks I was talking about at the beginning of the video, and if it doesn't have a fix at that moment, it will disarm the drone. So be aware that this is very important, and I recommend you to leave it disabled, and just in case you need it, enable it. Now let's get over to the modes, and I want to tell you about the failsafe switch that I told you earlier. It simulates the failsafe procedure. We configure it in the failsafe tab, and there is also this GPS rescue switch, and this GPS rescue switch actually triggers that stage 2 directly. So it's like simulating the failsafe with stage 2 selected into the failsafe configuration tab, but you have an independent switch for it. So for example, if you're losing the video in the goggles, that's not a failsafe for the flight controller, because it still has RC signal. So in that case you want to trigger the GPS rescue, the drone will get closer to you, and hopefully you will recover the video signal and you will be able to take over it. So it is not a lot of configuration to be done, but you should be very careful when switching or changing something, and you better get documented. So use my video as reference, try to do it. I guarantee you that it's gonna work if you have GPS fix and everything set up as I told you in this video. And next we are gonna take this drone to test it and see how it does. But before getting to the field, I want to present you the today's sponsor of the video, which is Telesyn. Telesyn does accessories for mobile phones and also action cameras and things like this. They have ND filters, cases, a lot of stuff, as this that I have here, and I choose some 3 products to show you because I think these are very useful in FPV world. And this is let's say a POV mount used for the phone. You can connect your phone very easily here on this mount, and it sticks very solid. It really sticks well. And I have a MagSafe here because this is an iPhone, but it also comes with an adapter if you have another model of phone. And this is very easy to use. You just remove, you put it around your neck, and you place your phone right here. And now you can record your remote controller when you fly. I know this is very common in the FPV world, so this is why I choose this product. I also have this interesting GoPro mount, which allows you to install the GoPro vertically, the same way you can install the DJI Action 4. And this nice arm that I'm always using it to record the top views from the builds I'm doing on YouTube. It mounts very easily on the table, so it's very convenient, very rigid. It can rotate, move wherever you want, and also rotate this way. I'm going to test now the GPS rescue as I configure it with the minimal requirements, and after this test I will see how it behaves when landing and through all the procedure, and after that I will reconfigure the hovering value of the throttle and see if this can improve the landing performance. Right. All right. It's very windy, 18 amps. I don't want to go over 35 because I'm flying only with the pack. Let's go 100 meters away. And let's GPS rescue now. Not GPS rescue, sorry. Failsafe. Wait a second. One more time. Failsafe. RX loss. Stage 2. Now this should be GPS rescue. It's not going too well, to be honest. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. Let's see. It's fighting with the wind. I should take over, I think. Oh my god. Yes, it's trying to steer while coming, so it behaves, but I don't know what's going on. I now disable the magnetometer to make sure this is not affecting the... It was just an experiment, and I will take the chance in the GPS to also update the hovering throttle. It was 32% throttle when I was hovering, so 32, it's like 1000, 32% of it, it's more like 320 maybe. Okay, I will use it like that. 7 reboot, and that should work just fine. Let's test it again now. It already has GPS lock because now it's not cold started. Let's go. Let's do the same thing. I will go in that direction. Okay, 100 meters, failsafe. Let's see. It climbs up 50 meters. Let me check over it. I think it works better now. Nice! So it landed automatically. A little bit crazy, but it works. Nice. I will land it one more time and then I want to record the landing to see how it behaves.
Okay. See? Tries to maintain the spot. When it touches the ground, it will automatically do something. So, man, this is not bad, to be honest.
Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and this will help you to configure the GPS rescue. Don't forget to test it before. You've seen that it's a little bit hard to configure it just right from the beginning. It works, but you should be ready always to take over the control and make sure everybody is safe around you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and see you in the next one. Bye!